Hello and welcome to Updates. As always, I'm Paul Davis and with my colleague Joel Longbone. How you going,
Hello.
Joel? You okay?
Yeah, good, Taff. How are you?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty good with the old introduction there as well, aren't I?
Yeah. Just make sure the outro is good, eh? Don't forget the like, subscribe, and share that.
So yeah, once again we've forgot to pre-schedule this go live as well. So you know, if people are watching live, it does
say hello.
It'd be very good because we forgot to let you know that we're actually going live as well. So it'd be nice to know that that people are watching, and if you can give the share button.
Although we spoke to a few people this week, didn't we, that have said they really like us doing these, even though we're hello ladies, behave, David. Right,
Standard.
that deal on the camera is getting demolished. Yeah, I spoke to 2 or 3 customers, and they're super happy with the videos we're doing. They find them funny and informative, which is what we want. I have no idea why my camera, there we go, it doesn't want to focus on my face. Face detector is not my friend today. Apparently, I don't have a face.
No, you can just be blurry.
A face for radio, apparently. Just before anybody else puts it in the comments, know what you guys are like. But yeah, David laughing his face off. Oh dear.
I'm very red today. I have to say.
You are. Have you been drinking lots of wine?
No, but I think I need to drink more water. So,
yeah,
and probably. I think like my light's very close, and I go really dark over here. Look.
Yeah. Dark and moody.
Dark and moody.
Yeah.
We've had a good week. This
Beards of the World Unite. Nice one, Graham.
Cheers, Graham. We've had a good week this week. We're starting to see reps again, which is lovely. We had Aidan Main in from Olympus this week with some exciting news, which we're under embargo under. So
yeah, Paul, don't be naughty. Yeah, you get
no, I'm saying that he's been in and we're under embargo. I can go as far as saying that. But we did something very interesting. So we actually recorded a segment that we're going to put into next week's lives and updates. So once again, keep an eye out for our regular news and updates that we do. So where we actually caught up with Aidan from Olympus, and which was once again 5 minutes of laughing and probably 2 minutes of content. So
hopefully there's not too many bleeps in there either.
Yes. So
there are some funny parts in it. It's quite good. Hello, Malcolm and David. You've been working harder than Joel. Of course he does. It's because you work in the lab. It's like a sauna in there.
Yeah, I mean it's warm in general.
Swedish next.
Yeah. Yes, and it's been an exciting day in the camera industry as well, because we have seen the announcement of Sony's new friend that they've introduced, which is the A7s Mark Iii, and once again they're doing what they always do, which is sort of adding the features that people want. So we're seeing the 4K at 120 frames per second, but the camera itself has had a complete new redesign as well. So it's been built from the ground up specifically to stop the camera from overheating. So essentially, what you're able to do now is record these 4K and standard HD. Within long periods of time. And I believe, so we still haven't field tested it ourselves, but from what we've been reading, you can get a 4K video, 120 frames per second for a 30-minute segment, which is absolutely phenomenal. And
apparently it'll do an hour without overheating.
Mate, it'll do 4 hours without overheating. So, yeah.
I don't know who they would be talking about, would they? Struggling with 4K overheating.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's a thing that we've always been aware of. I mean, some people. I mean, if you look at Sony, they've found a way of combating it. If you look at the Sigma FP, they came up with an amazing way to stop their camera from overheating. So they put these sort of segments against the sensor to draw away heat from the sensor, which works absolutely brilliantly. So yes. So, but yeah, the A7S III. I mean, there have been people comparing it to the Canon R5. Yeah, but once again, they're sort of separate cameras, aren't they, Joel?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was watching a video about this, and the guy was comparing them and was saying that they obviously quite close in certain ways, but things like the Sony just kills it in low light because you've only got 12 megapixels on a full frame sensor, so the pixels are massive. So you're just getting light from nowhere. He was talking about pushing it to, what was it? Like 100,000 ISO, and it was still usable. Like, that's mad. And it doesn't pixel bin on the raw video, so that's obviously useful, which the Canon does do some pixel binning depending on what quality you choose on compression. But he was saying that the R5 is probably a better hybrid all-round camera because you've got the resolution for photography and you've got the all the settings that you need for video. So I think the Canon probably edges it just slightly in all-round usability. So I think the R5 will do really well. But if you are really into video and low light, the A7S III, there's nothing better on the market in full frame, I don't think, for that price point. But time will tell when we manage to get our hands on both and get to have a play. So, Rob, I think we might have a few big... Sorry, I was just picking up on those comments. No, I think we've got a few film cameras in, although they go very quickly, almost before they even get on the website. David, whatever we're talking about won't affect what you've ordered. So you should order your camera. We'll leave it there because we'll get into trouble otherwise. And yes, Tanya, it was great to see you earlier. It was nice to see you in the flesh. So it's always nice to see our customers like in real life rather than through just Facebook comments and things. It makes life feel a bit more normal, and that we're not just living in these boxes of Zoom calls and YouTube lives and Facebook lives. So yeah, it was great to see you, Tanya. So yeah.
So just picking back up on the camera again, Joel.
Sorry.
One of the other features that I love, one of the other features I love about the new Sony is obviously the new card slot features that they've put into it as well. So we've seen CF Express before, but there are actually 3 different versions on the market available. Most CF Express cards are the B type. What we're finding in the new Sony A7 III is the A type. Now, the nice thing with the A type is that they are smaller, and what we're seeing in the camera as well is that it's using the same slot that the SD card uses as well. So you can choose either or to have 2 SD cards within the camera. So if you've got lots of SD cards and you want to utilize them, then you can
all is not lost.
2 of these cards in, but also if you're wanting the speed of CF Express A, then you can put 2 of these in as well. So they're actually it's a dual card slot, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you can put in either or of those cards. Yeah, I've seen some of the comments pop up in there as well. So Joel's the
Andy, will a Canon overheat if you use it continuously? It depends. Yes. I guess what you're using it for. But yeah, in video mode, apparently it will overheat. But it's probably a bit unfair because I think most cameras, if they're used for any length of time in video mode, are going to overheat. Yeah, no, that's just the nature.
They all overheat. So there's been reports. So you can do the 4K at 120 frames per second, but you're getting about 16 minutes of recording time, which for 4K at 120 frames per second is amazing. So and once again, if you drop the frame rate or drop the quality, then you're going to get even longer. So it doesn't damage the camera. They switch off to keep the camera safe. So they are designed that way to make sure the camera is safe.
Yeah. And also, I think people will come up with various accessories to cool them down. I saw one that you click in and it's like a little fan. So I don't know how useful and successful that would be. But also, if you're shooting, in a cold environment, it's going to last longer than if you're shooting in our lab, which is like sub-Saharan temperatures. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Most people wouldn't use a camera like that just to video like a camcorder. It would be for setup shots. So hopefully it won't be an issue. And if it is, you just buy two and swap them around. Yeah, hi Andy. Yeah, all good here, I think. David, any news from Gitzo? Any new kit? I don't think so. I can't think of anything that I've heard recently, although I haven't seen Olive yet. So maybe when we see Olive in I think she'll be coming in the next few weeks. So hopefully she might have some good news for us. And hi Mark, Gary. I don't think so. No, we need to get Gary on one of these, don't we? I think it'd be a good laugh on here. Yeah, we can talk about those amazing Osprey pictures. That D6 and Gary using them, it's ridiculous. Graham, ice water works just the once. Give over. Water cool system. One hit wonder. Oh my life. Could you imagine? I don't think that would be covered by the warranty, would it? John would be going spare if we started sending cannons back. Yeah, and this is the Graham Millett way of cooling cameras down.
Just put ice over the thing, yeah.
Rob, we just sold an M6 TTL, so you missed out on that one. It was a beauty. Oof, what a camera. Leica do know how to make cameras, don't they? Especially film cameras, goodness me. The eternal question, D6 or D850? Oh, it depends what you're using it for.
Yeah.
I mean, directly comparable, are they?
Yeah, I would I would say that once again, I mean, if you're doing a lot of everything, then it's an answer that always Joel goes to, but buy both.
Yeah,
because really they are very, very different cameras. So the D6 is an amazing, motorsport, wildlife photography sort of lens. Obviously, it doesn't have the resolution of the 850, and that's what the 850 is there for, is to give you that high quality, high density sort of image with lots of dynamic range.
Slight size difference as well.
Yeah, no, there certainly
D6 is even more brutish.
Yeah, I mean the D6 is lovely, and actually, I've used not the D6 but previous sort of 1-digit D series on weddings and portraits and stuff like that. And they hold up perfectly fine, and they do absolutely awesome.
So nature and studio, Mark, D850 all day long.
Yeah,
because you get that resolution.
All rounder. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Unless you really, really need that autofocus and high frames per second, I think the D850 provides you a better general use case, and the resolution will definitely help. Because arguably you can zoom in a bit, crop in a bit, and studio work is perfect for that, especially when you come into retouching anything. So it helps having all those pixels. D850 replacement, maybe. I think they've been paying attention more to Z at the moment. So probably a wise move on their part, to be fair. I imagine D850 replacement come out next year, maybe, because D6 was this year for the Olympics, wasn't it? The Olympics that didn't happen. So, time will tell on that. Like our series, it was pretty good. There's a lot of people. I was speaking to a customer actually at the beginning of the week who adored his Leica R. So, yeah, if you can find one for a good price, it's probably worth a punt. Give it a go. We'll have to see where we're up to with yours, John. I'm not sure why it's taking that long. We got a DF fix the other day, and that didn't take too long. But I know some manufacturers have got a 2-month waiting list on repairs, so it's taken a wee while to catch up on all those issues. But hopefully they'll speed through at some point. So we'll have to get Sarah to the beeping of the car.
It's certainly getting there with things, but yeah, I mean, just bear with us a little longer, but we'll give that a chase for you anyway. So yes, we've got some other lovely things that we would like to talk about today. So they've literally just come in, so we don't have a lot of information on them as of yet. But we've had a lovely new brand of night vision scopes come in. Or handheld scopes or binoculars, or however you want to call them, camcorders, by a company called Psionics, and it's the Endura series. So they do.
You've got to like that colour, haven't you?
Yeah, and even I've got to hide my face because to stop face detection from working. So people. Oh no. So
Paul's going to be off on the other side in a minute.
They do the Endura, and then they do the Pro version as well. So, and these are, I mean, if you can, like I said, we still want to give these a really, really good test, and I don't want to give you too much information just sort of reading off the website. But essentially, if you can see these things as like the GoPro type series, or like the action camera type, so they will give you some form of magnification, and they're waterproof, drop proof, crush proof, all of those different things just on there. But they will also work in the dead of night as well. So and it achieves this in color, so you can have a color night vision. And they do come with infrared torches as well, so you can light them up via the infrared torches to light up certain subjects. In certain light forms, it's purely just a black and white image that you get off it, but there's lots of different settings that are available. They're not the cheapest thing on the market, and that's why I would love to give them a really, really good test out before we gave loads of information on them. But one of the main reasons we got them in, we tend not to stock things that are rubbish. When the rep came on the phone with Sarah, Sarah was very impressed with them. And Sarah, when it comes to the optics side of things, if she says they're good, we generally take her word on them. And she's been seeing some of the results from them and says they're absolutely stunning. So we can't wait to give them a little try ourselves and give you a little bit more information on them. But they are in stock now, so if you wanted to come down into the shop and see them, if you're interested in night vision or night binoculars, so we've had a new range of pulsar night binoculars that have come in as well. If you're interested in anything like that, you can pop down into the shop and we can give you a test drive on them. Switch off some of the lights and you can see how dark you can actually get them in. So,
oh dear. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And you've also got a small little device there as well, Joel, haven't you? From SpyPoint.
I wonder what you're talking about then, Paul. There you go. Is that focusing properly?
It wasn't focused on your face in the first place.
Anyway, I know. It's rubbish. Yeah, so this is a nature cam, 10 megapixels, and it'll do color photos in the day, but also infrared at night. And it'll do multi-shot pictures. And this one is very clever. It has a built-in SIM card. So it means that you can actually see your pictures without actually being next to the camera, which is very useful. And it only takes 8 AA batteries. Not sure how long they'll last, but you can also get a lithium-ion battery, which is pretty impressive for something like this. So we'll have to give this a go. I think Sarah actually took one with her over the weekend to try out. Yeah. So we'll have to see what she finds with it. So yeah, but it's quite a clever idea putting a SIM card in it.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Well, it means that you'll be able to get as soon as the trap is triggered, your pictures will be sent to you via the internet through the SIM card, and you would receive your pictures instantly. So it's an awesome way of doing it as well. So, we've got Tim here as well. So we had Tim.
Hi,
today.
Tim. It's good to see you.
Lovely to see Tim today. So nice to see you. So,
Andy, stop laughing. Hello from Ireland.
Hello from Ireland. Yes. So hello back to you as well. So thank you for joining us. Obviously, any questions that you've got camera related, you can always drop them into the comments and we can have a conversation. Yes. Talking about conversations, Joel, we were supposed to pick a conversation, but we completely forgot, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Which one should we speak about this time? Might have to leave it till next week at this, right?
Yeah,
I think it would be interesting to find out people's thoughts. Maybe not for when will you be able to print off wall coverings in the lab? Oh, yes. So we're trying to figure out where we can put it. It comes on a pallet. You need like a forklift truck to put it in the shop. Massive thing. Yeah, but hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have that printer. We're just going to print a life-size Paul and stick it in the door like they do in the shops of a police officer. So
do I have to have
Paul going this? Oh, and we'll make it wave like this, like one of those Chinese cats, and it'll just wave.
You know what I did then, Joel?
You
know what was really silly? I grabbed my other arm to move my other arm. But quite clearly, I can move my arm on my own.
Paul doesn't know how to function properly anymore.
Nope.
Rob, this price of the camera is £150, which is a bargain, to be honest, given that it's actually a phone as well. Not an actual phone, like you can't text message off it. Before anybody tells the advertising standards agency I've been falsely advertising micro, what's it called? Link Micro LTE Spy Point Nature Cam. Yeah, Tim, it was great to see you and for your pictures. Yeah, it was nice to be able to get those printed off for you. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to ask people their views on. Yes, David. I think it should be hashtag number 0 for Paul, but number 1 will be fine. Whether people care about video in their cameras. Because we've spoken about the R5 and the A7s III, and they're both very video heavy, like they're very good at video. But how many of you actually care about video? Do you care? Do you use it? Would you use it? Why don't you use it already? Is it just because you don't know how to use it, or you don't know when you'd ever use it? Or is it things like you don't know the technical side of it, you don't understand all the different numbers and frame rates and things like that? Or do you just not know how to edit it? Do some of you kind of think about video editing like, I can't even use Lightroom or Photoshop, let alone learning how to edit a video? It would be interesting to know, because if it's just because you don't know how to edit and things like that, we can help you with that. We could run some workshops on editing, because I was speaking to a photographer and videographer this week, well, past 2 weeks actually. So we might be doing some workshops on video, which would be really cool if you guys are up for learning video, because video, especially creatively, gives you a lot of scope for telling a story if that's what you're into. And technically, it's not difficult compared to photography. If you understand photography, you can understand most of videography. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much, but it'd be interesting. I don't use it as I'm not interested in video, just want stills. No, that's cool. That makes complete sense. They are very different. Never been interested in video, prefer to capture the moment. No, I can completely understand that one, Gareth. Although I do like the fact that video allows, you know, like when you've got kids and stuff, to be able to remember all the funny noises they make, and when they do things that are silly, like jump off the couch. And
generally, Joel, do you take more pictures than you would video?
I don't know, you know. I feel like I'm starting to take more video than photos a lot of times, especially with work.
I mean, because obviously there's no denying that we're doing lots of videos for work at the moment. So obviously, if we start to bring work into this, we're doing a ridiculous amount of videos. But yeah, from a personal point of view, I see myself. I mean, I've been always mad into photography. But you know, just playing about with you know, the videos that you can actually get. So I mean, I was down at the seafront with staff member Phil. Lots of bikes going past. Can't hear anything. And Phil was taking some wonderful shots, and I was struggling a little bit, but I really liked the sound of the waves coming up against the rocks. They were just sort of, just very nicely coasting against the rocks and making lovely little patterns. And I just decided to take a video from it. But I can understand where potentially people's frustration is, because I can quite easily take a picture and print it and go, that's perfect. But that video that I took is still just sitting on my computer. I don't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think video is great. I'm in a kind of a season or time in my life where I've got a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old, and video, like, photos are great because they're really good. You can print them off, stick them on the wall, all that sort of thing. But a video captures something you might not remember about a picture in the same way. Like the sounds that they make. My daughter gargles and makes cute cooing noises all the time at the moment, which is hilarious. And my son is learning to speak, so he comes out with great word pronunciations. You're like, what on earth are you trying to say? But
just like his dad sounds.
We learn from you. Use my word.
I know that's really cheap coming from me. That is the person that goes, forgot my words.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the dictionary gone? And I think that's really useful because you don't get that in a picture. So I really enjoy video for that. And I love the fact that you can kind of tell a story over time. You can capture a few videos from a day. You go to the zoo, or you go to the park, or even in the garden, or birthday parties. It's great. I do love a still image. If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably still go for a still image. Photograph probably wins all day long. It's interesting. Graham says videos of dark magic shouldn't be allowed. Which part? Like the editing or the actual capturing of video? Because I feel like those are two separate things in lots of ways in the modern era. Whereas maybe back in the day, like Tanya's talking about she had never thought about using the camera for video, but was really impressed with the Osprey hides and the quality of the Z6. And the last video camera she used was a tape one. And most people wouldn't edit tapes. It was just like start, stop. Whatever the color was the color. Whatever the sound was, the sound was. There was no, I'll just sort that out in post-production. That wasn't a thing. Whereas video and post-production is massive. You can do almost anything to a video. Colors, change the sound. You can make interesting transitions and things like that. So I think that's interesting. I don't use video as I work in action, sports, wildlife areas, and video is not requested by clients. Yeah, that makes complete sense, especially from a professional standpoint, or for when you've got a job and you're just there to do one. So that makes sense. Andy, yes, you can. You can actually get a ridiculously good still image, depending on the shutter speed you use in video. With an 8K like that R5, you could potentially print off definitely an A4, probably an A3, maybe even an A2 image. Acceptably.
Yeah, A2, A1.
Like,
I mean, 8K is equivalent of, don't quote me, but it's around 32 million pixels, Joel.
So, David Yeoman is going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. Tell me the exact number.
Come on, David. Tell him he's wrong.
It's absolutely massive. So, yeah, just coming back to Tim Pugh. So, good idea thinking about making small films of my artwork. So, I mean, Tim, if you've got a space like online, I don't know if you share any of your pictures on Facebook or anything like that. Just drop an area into the comments there, because your work is so cool, and I'd love to see like what that would look like in video as well. Especially the style of artwork that you do as well, and how can that be elevated via video as well. So good call.
Yeah, and Andrew says I'd be interested in helping people over to the dark side. Yes, Andrew is very good at video, has been for years and years. He's very good at taking pictures, but yeah, the video is he's very good at that. Yeah, no, and that's another one. Like, you've got great cameras, D810 and D850, definitely capable of video. So it'd be interesting for you to try and learn how to use the video capabilities to capture wildlife, because there's something interesting about wildlife. It's almost that kind of what was the David Attenborough, like what's his nature videos called? Somebody will tell me in the comments.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
Planet
Planet,
like
yeah, Planet Earth.
Planet Earth. There we go. Yeah.
And the mannerisms that you get from creatures videos, just fantastic. Tesney Ward showed us some videos that she did with the Olympus of badgers from memory, and that's really cool to see a photographer kind of utilizing both mediums to produce some really cool images of animals, and also seeing how they move and things like that is very cool. So yes, David, time lapse. Yeah, like Tanya says, time lapses are great. Time lapses are another kettle of fish, I think, as well, because it's arguably a video is just lots of pictures shown very, very quickly.
Yeah, but
a time lapse has that time lapse has that kind of smooth yet kind of juddery look, which is quite cool. Somebody who does really good time lapses is Casey Neistat. He's a YouTuber, and he gets some really cool ones of New York. And I'm trying to remember his name. I haven't seen him in ages. He did a really nice one for Wales. I can't remember his name. If I think of it, I'll let you know.
We'll put it in
yeah. And are there any good free video editing programs for those just dipping their toes in? Yes. DaVinci Resolve probably requires a little bit of effort to learn. If you're on iMac, like Macintosh of any sort, like MacBook Pro, iMac, or even iPhone, iMovie, like it is super simple. Yeah, like it is really simple. And yeah, if you've got a Mac or an Apple device and you can get iMovie on it, crack on, because there's not much easier available, especially for nothing. It's really, really good. And you can move up to Final Cut Pro really easily. Now, if you've got Premiere on your computer for whatever reason, don't cry when you start trying to edit with it. Watch a few YouTube videos. Because if you cry when you see Photoshop, you'll definitely start crying if you see Premiere. But Premiere Pro is very, very powerful and used by a lot of people in the industry. But yeah, it's interesting because video editing is a part of it that people perhaps haven't played with as much. So, and you shouldn't be scared of it. Just crack on and give it a go, because there is something magic about video. So.
And we're always here to help with those things as well. So,
like earlier, Paul,
so,
when the computer didn't want to work.
Oh yeah, no, I just sort of picked my computer up. Joel, help. And you know what? Fixed it for me quite quickly as well. So that's absolutely lovely. Any final thoughts for today, Joel?
Yes. Do video, try it out, because it's great fun. And if you don't like it, at least you've tried. It's like trying a curry or new food out. If you don't try it, you'll never know. You might really, really like it. It's like Dr. Pepper. What's the worst that could happen? Going to get sued now, aren't I, by using the Dr. Pepper slogan?
We're not.
And Tom Ormerod does some great taster time lapse. Yeah, I think I've seen his stuff. We're trying to get him to do a talk, so hopefully we can get him to talk about time lapses. So that'd be good. One thing we haven't mentioned, Paul, that we do need to mention is that we're now open Monday to Saturday, 10 till 4. So we're not closed on Wednesdays anymore. So we're open 10 to 4 the whole week through, apart from Sunday, because we definitely need the rest. Poor Paul. You need to drink more wine on the Sunday. Yeah, he is an Olympus guru, David. I think we spoke to Aidan, not yesterday, but previously about it. So we'll get that sorted. No, I think that's it, to be honest. Talking about video, we're doing lots of VHS conversions at the moment. So if you do find any tapes, Tanya, from your old camcorder, drop them in and we can convert them to DVD, USB, or the cloud, so you can actually share them on your tablet or phone. So yeah, I think that's it from me.
That's brilliant. Well, thank you very much for watching and tuning in live.
Yeah, we've had great comments today
this week, and you know what? Definitely. It's been brilliant this week, because there's been lots of conversations, and it's been absolutely brilliant. And we sort of, just randomly pulled something out of there, and we had a lovely conversation with all you people. So thank you very much for that. Obviously, if you want to join in with these conversations, we can do this. We're here every week on Saturday at 4:30. So if you are rewatching this at any point, you can actually tune in live to these and comment, and we can have a conversation back with you. You can watch this video back at any time on our Facebook and YouTube pages. So all you need to do is go to our YouTube page and our Facebook, and the videos are on our post feeds just there. As always, if you can please make sure that you can, as always, if you can make sure that you like these videos, share them, make sure you like our page, and hit the bells. Oh dear. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Oh man, it's not getting better, mate. Just carry on.
It was a lot better.
About great introductions. The outro is awful. It's like a car crash.
Gonna leave it there.
Like, share, and subscribe, and comment, and show us that you're enjoying the videos. And yes, vote #0 for Paul. Lots of love on the old likes instead of likes, put loves. Gordon, no, the GH2s haven't come in stock yet, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll come in soonish. And Andy, yes, we need to get you a camera in your hands so you can start having a play. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, we'll have a great day off. Looking forward to it. Be nice to. Hopefully the weather will be nice. So.
Have a very good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye for now.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye.